And we're away. And welcome to episode number 11 of Forkman and the Champ. They call me Forkman. They call the man about 30 kilometers away from me. They call him...
Oh, the champ. Sorry, bit of a yawn there.
Caught you in a mid-yawn.
Mm-hmm.
How you been? I take it you've had a tiring week?
No, not really. I've just been bored, kind of. Footy training's back. Been doing odd jobs still. Just waiting to hear back on a few job applications, really. But other than that, just cruising. How about yourself?
Me? Yeah, no, not too bad. I started a new project on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
A bit of a side project.
What project is that?
I'm doing another podcast.
Oh, is this Forkman and the Friends?
Forkman and Friends, yeah.
That's pretty good.
It's a little bit different to what you hear on here, but...
Can't believe you're spinning off without me.
Oh, yeah, look,
Pursuing a solo career.
You were gonna appear in it one day?
No, I'm gonna have my own one, The Champ and Friends.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. The Champ and Friends.
We'll run it against each other.
The same contents?
Yeah, same content.
Like
Not the same, yeah.
Talking to awesome people who do awesome things.
Oh, I don't know any awesome people who do awesome things. I know okay people who do all right things.
Okay, yeah, well, okay people. Oh, so a little bit of a different content, but same.
Yeah.
Same but different. Okay, I reckon we should get into things. I'm not too sure.
Bro. So,
I'm not too sure whether you've heard, but you remember back in 2012?
Yes.
How Doomsday theories were
Superman villain Doomsday?
What that?
Is in the Superman villain Doomsday?
No, Doomsday, as in like December 21, 2012, the world was apparently going to end, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But now apparently the Mayan calendar was incorrect. Mm-hmm. So we got to give you a 4 day. How many days until Sunday? 4 days or 5 days?
Until Sunday. What day is it today?
Tuesday today.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 5 days.
5 days. 5 days from time of recording. Got to give you a warning that apparently the world is gonna end on Sunday, the 21st of June.
Oh wow!
So, as scientists were saying, since there was a tweet by a scientist called Paulo Gun. So he issued a series of tweets, which have since been deleted, saying that using the Julian calendar, technically has the world in 2012 at the moment. So by their calendar, we're 8 years behind. So we're in 2012.
Yeah, but Gregorian for life, bro. I don't muck around with any other calendars, mate. I'm strict Gregorian. It's the best calendar.
Yeah. So following the Julian calendar, we are technically in 2012. The numbers of days lost in a year due to the shift into the Gregorian calendar is 11 days. For 268 years using the Gregorian calendar, 1752 to 2020 times 11 days equal 2,948 days. So 2,948 days plus 365 days for years.
Plus, is that including leap years?
I wouldn't have a clue. Equal to 8 years. Tally Gun said via Twitter, it is unknown if believers are planning to visit Mayan sites in Mexico and Guatemala. I think that it has for now. Guatemala, as many did back in 2012. But you might want to finish any unfinished decks or projects before the 21st. But I'm wondering, if the world does end on the 21st, what will you be doing there, Embrace? Or should I say champ?
I don't know. I mean, the thing is, if the minds are so smart and they know when the world was going to end, where are they now, huh? They're so smart they got wiped out. Minds suck, don't they? They
Yeah.
the face of the earth.
Yeah.
What would I do if I knew the world was going to end? I would probably profess my undying love to you.
Oh, thank you.
But the world's not going to end, so I won't have to do that.
Well, if the world were to end, I'd probably go do something I've never done before. I'll probably tie.
Eat
Before,
ice cream in a hammock?
No, I want to tie the knot. I want to get married if it was the last day on Earth.
Oh, that'd be good, because then if you get married, then I can storm in when they say, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Yeah.
But I love you, Forkman.
Yeah.
And then you'll be torn.
Oh, no. Who do I make?
Before you make the decision, the world will blow up.
Yeah.
I think we'll be stalling the wedding.
Oh. Now, you probably noticed on the rundown or on the topics list I gave you, I said pancakes.
Yeah.
Now, during lockdown, I've been eating a lot of pancakes.
What's the difference between a pancake and a hot cake?
I don't think they're any difference. They're the same thing, I believe. Do you want to know what the difference is?
No, I prefer. Don't Google it. Google's ruining it. We should just argue about it all the time.
No, I reckon they call hotcakes because they are hot, but also pancakes are hot. So maybe some guy that decided to get technical and call them hotcakes because they come out hot.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess you don't eat regular cakes hot, do you? I mean,
no,
they're good. I don't know why people don't eat regular cakes hot more. They're much better.
Yeah, what are your favorite cake?
Chocolate, beetroot.
What?
Chocolate and beetroot cake.
I've never had that. Who cooks that?
My mother.
Oh, yum. Does it taste good?
Oh, it tastes good. Oh.
Well, my birthday coming up, so you reckon you could
Get the recipe?
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see. I'll see if I can dig it up. Give
it a try. Cook it for me.
Yeah, I'll see what I can rustle up, mate. Extra less chocolate.
But talking back to pancakes. Do you have what do you put in your pancakes? In your
banana.
You put bananas in your pancake? Do you put egg in your mixture?
What kind of chicken egg?
Like a chicken egg, yeah.
Chicken egg. Oh no, not chicken egg, no.
What egg do you use?
I use beluga caviar.
What's that?
Fish eggs.
No, wait.
Man, no.
What that?
I'm the Fraser Crane of Melbourne. This is my version. Whatever his radio show is.
Okay. Yeah, no. So you use fish eggs.
Fish eggs, yeah, caviar.
Nice.
What kind of egg do you use?
I don't put eggs in my mix when I make it from when I make it from scratch. I don't use any eggs. I don't do the milk and then the flour.
Do you buy the pre-made mix often or just the?
Sometimes I buy the pre-made mix. Yeah.
It's a bit wasteful, but I sometimes do it as well.
Yeah.
I do it, but sometimes I just can't be bothered.
I'll give you a little tip on the pre-made stuff. If you put, you know how I said you have to use water in it?
Yeah, put milk in?
No, so...
Put Coca-Cola in.
Warm water. Because it loosens up the flour a little bit more.
Oh, yeah. I heard, why don't you put Pepsi Max in?
I've never tried that. Do you reckon?
Well, remember the Coca-Cola chocolate cake? What's her name used to make at Food Van? That was good.
Yeah, that was good. Do you reckon you can make Coca-Cola pancakes?
It's only one way to find out.
Try it.
Try it at home, everybody. Make Coca-Cola pancakes. Send them in. Mail the pancake to us.
Maybe don't mail them in because by the time we get them, they could be.
We'll pay for express posting.
But they could be.
Send them in a courier.
No, actually, you can send them in an Uber now because you can send things in an Uber to your friends.
Yes, send them in an Uber to us. Tell you what we think of them. Corey will write it. The Forkman will write a 3-page review on it.
Yes, I will. I'll talk about whether they were fluffy pancakes, whether they were flat pancakes, how they tasted.
How they tasted, how the texture. We'll do a pancake review followed up by ice cream review next week.
If they had an aftertaste, we gotta do all those.
If they had a before taste, like an aftertaste, but instead of being after you eat it, it's before you eat it.
So before you eat it,
yeah, like a little taste, before taste. It's like
no,
it has the taste.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Okay, so now, Mr. Champ,
that's me.
Okay. Restrictions are set to be eased at 11:59 p.m. on the 21st.
Yeah.
If the world did not end beforehand. So, gonna have a look at these restrictions and we're gonna talk about it for a little bit. So, auctions and open house inspections. So 50 people allowed at auctions and inspections. This is in addition to those required to facilitate and the occupants / owners of the property. So if you're looking to buy a house or lease a house, there can be 50 people in the property. Bars and clubs can have up to 50 seated patrons per space while maintaining. Would you be able to give me this word, please, Champ? DENSITY.
What is it? Say it again.
DE, N for Nelly, S for sex, I for igloo, T for Tom, and Y for yogurt. Density limits. Alcohol can be served without food, so you don't have to order a meal to have a drink now. Caravan parks and camping. So said facilities such as kitchens and showers can reopen. School camps can also reopen. So does that mean like schools can go back to camps? And
yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Awesome. I bet that there'll be some parents being like, "Yay, could get rid of the kids."
There'll be some teachers who are not too rapt about having to go on school camps again.
No. Cinema, theatres and concert venues, up to 50 seated patrons per space while maintaining density limits. Community sport, from the 22nd of June, full contact training and competition for 18 and under, non-contact competition for all age groups. So I think that means all over 18. They can't do contact. From the 13th of July, full contact training for adults. The 20th of July, all remaining competition resumes. So galleries, museum, outdoor amusement park and zoos, up to 50 people per indoor space. Density limit apply to the entire venue. Indoor arcades are remaining closed. I would take that it would mean that the people say like your time zones cannot reopen. I would take it. That would what that mean by indoor arcades. So indoor sports centers and gyms, up to 20 people per space with a limit of up to 10 people per group. For adults, changing rooms can open. Libraries up to 50 people in a single space while maintaining density limit. Toy libraries can reopen to good news for parents again. You can go to the toy library and, well, borrow toys.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Religions, ceremonies, and worships. Up to 50 people can attend private worship or small religious ceremonies, plus those responsible required to conduct a ceremony. Maximum of 20 people in a group. Pubs and cafes and restaurants, up to 50 seated patrons per space, while maintaining density limits. Skiing and snowboarding, snow season to start. So we can all go to the snow. You and I can go to the snow if we want to. But I believe most places are having, you have to book ahead before you go. Swimming pools, training rooms, and showers open. No lane limits, but with a maximum of people, so of 20 people in the pool area. Saunas and spas within pool facilities remain closed. So that, I mean, do you go back to working or
No,
not?
I don't, because my qualifications are expired.
Oh, okay.
I'm not allowed to work until they start redoing the qualifications, which will be a while because you know it's a full day. You'd have to book out a whole pool, and that has to be shut for the whole day right when they're reopening. So I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll see.
Yeah. And remember, contact details must be kept for tracing. Density limit of 1 person per 4 square meters. Physical distancing applied. Additional cleaning and hygiene measures required. And if you can work from home, you must continue to work from home. With what did the champ and the Forkman are doing? We're both working from home.
Well, I'm not really working. This is just a relaxing, fun hobby.
Yeah, but hey, well, we'll say we're working. Claim it on tax.
Yeah, EFS is coming up actually.
Yeah. Be like, I bought a new computer to do the Forkman and Champ podcast.
Yeah.
Seat. So, but Dave measures, anything you're looking forward to in Node measures?
Yeah, community sport going back is going to be pretty good, and being able to go and kind of sit at the having to eat, and then like you can kind of hang if you can hang out there, like and
Yeah.
not rather than just going there for a meal, which will be good.
Hey, Champ, do you know what it's time for?
It's time for ice cream review.
Yeah, get ready. Well, I would say get ready. Yep. Okay, we'll start that again. So, little moment. Here we go. Yeah, we're talking ice cream with the champ. Wonder what ice cream he has this week. But it's a vanilla one or maybe a chocolate one, but it's strawberry with sprinkled on top. Wonder what ice cream the champ had this week. Will it be 10 out of 10 or will it be 0? Wonder what ice cream the champ had this week. Yeah, what ice cream did the champ have this week? Yeah, what ice cream did the champ have this week?
I had the cookies and cream drumstick.
The cookies and cream drumstick.
Available in Stunner Meals at Hungry Jack's.
You had it from where?
Hungry Jack's comes in the Stunner Meal at Hungry Jack's.
Oh, yeah, one of those. Do you still get to choose whether you have a Sunday or a drumstick, or do they?
No, I never ask. Maybe it's one of those things you can ask for, but they don't tell you to ask for it.
Yeah, maybe. So explain this ice cream to our listening audience.
It's probably a mini drumstick, I would say. I don't think it's a full-size drumstick, which is probably pretty good considering, you know, when you get that $5.95 Stunner meal, it's what, 3 nuggets, chips, a hamburger, an ice cream, and a drink. So it's good value. You can't walk past that value. That's incredible value.
Yeah, that is. And what did the ice cream taste like?
It tasted like cookies and cream, funnily enough.
Yeah, and the pellet.
The palate,
Yeah, the pellet. What did it
yeah,
taste like in the pellet?
it's kind of it's a very kind of, I don't know what they're doing with the freezer. I guess it's like all cornettos and drumsticks is it's a kind of a very kind of hard, dense ice cream. It doesn't kind of have a bit of the fluff that some of the kind of nicer tub ice creams get, or the ice creams you'd get at an ice cream shop would have. It's kind of very compact, and that's probably just a feature of how it's how they mold it in and stuff. But yeah, I mean, my one problem with it is that just you don't have any variety in choice there. So you always get the cookies and cream ice cream, and by the time I finish the rest of the meal, I'm a bit full. But I think it's probably pretty good. I mean, the first few times I had it, I definitely liked it. But when you have it all the time, if you eat Hungry Jacks as much as I do, you grow to not be a fan of it. But I'd say the texture probably lets it down. The density of it, the flavor's pretty good, and it does. Geez, I'm not 100% on it. I should have taken notes, but at the bottom where they usually have the little bit of chocolate in the other drumsticks, I don't believe this one has chocolate all the way to the bottom.
Okay. And out of 10?
How many ice creams out of 10? I'll probably give it about a 5.5 ice creams out of 10.
Ooh, I think this is your lowest one.
It's the lowest of the 4 ice creams, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a bad ice cream by any means. 5.5 is it's an okay ice cream.
What took the point away?
I think probably the texture of it. I think because I'm comparing it to kind of other drumsticks, which kind of have a bit more fun flavors, like the jam donut ones. Pretty good, and there's better toppings on other ones, like they've got crumble or nuts or whatever. Whereas this one, compared to a store like an ice cream shop ice cream or another drumstick, it probably doesn't hold up. It probably holds up compared to like a paddle pop or a kind of servo freezer ice cream, but not to the higher ends of these kind of ice creams. So yeah, 5.5, not a bad score by any means. It doesn't really have the kind of nostalgia value that a paddle pop or a billabong has either.
Okay. Nice. Thank you for your ice cream review this week.
That's ice cream review.
I'd like to introduce now a new segment. So I usually do the news roundup, but we'll take a break for that for a bit. News roundup, because the news is basically all the same lately.
Well, why don't we just say we could do 2 segments and just say that the world ending was the news roundup.
Maybe. Maybe, yeah, no. There's a lot of bad news, or a lot of the same news in the news at the moment, or about COVID, or about other events happening around the world.
Yeah.
Which I won't report on, because I do not believe I'm qualified to, so I'm not going to go somewhere.
That's a very good thing to do, is step aside from commentary you're not up to, and rather than throwing your 2 cents in and making a shitstorm, it's a very smart move.
Yeah, so the news segment replacing Forkman's weekly news roundup is going to be Forkman's weekly Big Brother news roundup. Because as we all know, Big Brother is back on Australian TV. It came back last Monday night. I myself watched it because I wanted to know what this big hype was all about, who the housemates were going to be and whatnot. So what they have done this year for the house is, so they got a shed somewhere in Sydney. I forget where it is. They got a shed, and they built like on the outside and on the inside of the shed. So it's something they can take down afterwards, after recording. And so, and I'll tell you who the contestants are. So we have a guy called Alan. He'd been eliminated already, got kicked out. Mm-hmm. Someone called Angela, Casey, Chad, Daniel, who used to play AFL.
Oh yeah, who do you play for? What's his name?
Daniel.
What?
Give me a moment. I'll tell you his last name. Daniel, Didn't tell you his last name, unfortunately, but his name is Daniel. He played for Gold Coast Suns and then for Carlton. But he wasn't really good, and he got dropped from both teams. Then there...
Orange? Yeah, I heard about Daniel Gorringe on it.
But that?
Daniel Gorringe.
Yeah, that would be him. Then there's someone called Danny, Gareth, Hannah, Ian, who remind me totally about you, champ.
Oh, yeah?
So he went into the house with no bags, just a backpack with his clothes. Karen, who is a massive nerd and loves Big Brother, has been a super fan of Big Brother.
Mm-hmm.
Alone, who was a vegan, he got kicked out on the first night, the first day of Big Brother. And then there was also Sarah, Marcia, Matt, Shane, Subong, Sophie, Talia, Xavier, and Zoe. And so basically, this year's Big Brother, I wouldn't say that it's up there with the other Big Brothers because they kind of took the concept away, the old concept, and now it's all about challenges and games, and whoever wins the challenge, they get to nominate 3 housemates, who then the other housemates vote out themselves.
Oh, so they've made it more like Survivor, kind of.
Yeah, but we get to pick the winner.
Mm.
So it may not be someone we like, but we pick the winner at the end.
Well, I feel like Big Brother kind of has fallen behind because it was really the flagship of all reality TV, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Truly massive reality TV show that at least I can remember. I mean, you had Australian Idol as well, but the first kind of non-talent based one. But it feels like all that kind of stuff has now they've picked it apart and taken all the good parts about it and built on it. Now you've got The Bachelor and you've got Survivor and stuff. So they kind of do more interesting things with the premise of
Married at First Sight.
Yeah, exactly. So they've run with the concept and built on it, whereas Big Brother is kind of stuck with just the bare bones.
Yes. So now, moving on from Big Brother, because we've spoken about Big Brother for long enough. So you may remember last week our competition was to win a Forkman and a Champ t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So we had one entry that I know of. Did you get any entries to yourself?
No, I did not.
Okay, cool. So we had one entry from my good old mother. So she said the wet present she have ever gotten or had received was a packet of Deb potatoes with your instant potatoes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so she got a pack of those for Christmas last year from my brother. For Christmas. And that is what she said. So because she's the only one, there's no point putting her name in a hat and pulling it out. So yeah, she won last week's competition. So now onto merchandise. I'm adding that in quickly onto merchandise. So we got merchandise now. We're going to be selling some t-shirts, some mugs, and maybe a few other pieces here and there. So if you want to get your hand onto Forkman and the Champ merch, head to forkmanandthechamp.com. Click on the merch link, and you can get the merchandise.
Click on through, baby.
There'll be a Google form. You fill in your details, name, email, contact number, address. You click submit or whatever you press on it, and then it'll be sent through to one of us, and we'll be able to then send you the bank account information, because I'm not. When I've thought of putting it up on their website, but just for security reasons, we won't put it on the website. And then they can pay and
hacked again.
yeah. So basically, pay to order. So once an order comes in, I myself go down to Officeworks, who are our t-shirt sponsors and cup sponsors, and get you a cup or a t-shirt, depending what you order.
Yeah. So get in quick. The quicker you get it, order, the quicker you get it, as the old saying goes.
Yeah, they do. So once again, that website is Please Champ.
www.forkmanandthechamp.com.
And now, champ. Matt, we get into that time where we must say goodbyes. But firstly, they want to talk to people about the podcast. Hey, do share our podcast. Tell your mum, tell your dad, tell your brother, tell your sister, tell your teacher, tell the girl down the road.
Yeah, tell everyone. Get on your roof. Get on your roof right now and yell. Listen to Forkman and the Champ.
Share, because the more shares we get, the more listeners we get, the more subscribers we get. Let people know you love Forkman and the Champ.
Yeah. Let them know.
And the more good things we can get, like
we get better prizes if we have more listeners. Then you could win a better prize. So really, you're doing yourself a favor.
Yeah, you're doing yourself a favor there.
You can meet up with your friends at the pub and talk about what you thought of the podcast. If they all listen, you can give a tidbit, you can discuss it. We can open up discussion boards on our websites and stuff like that, mate. Well, we could aggressively expand.
Yeah. I mean, we can go bigger and better than those guys over at Luke and Lewis.
Yeah. Those guys are our enemies, our rivals. I don't know where we stand.
I call them enemies.
You're in charge of managing all rivalries. So
I call them enemies because I said, okay, I'll tell everyone something. I emailed Luke and Lewis 3 months ago to be like, hey, look, have that podcast with the champ of boxing, the champ. Look, how would you guys feel like having like a inter podcast boxing match or arm wrestle? And they have not replied to the email.
Well, that's good. I mean, they could have said a lot worse. It's a pretty harebrained idea, to be honest.
No, to be honest, I think they are chickens and don't want to do it.
Yeah, of course they're chickens, man. They know I'm the champ, and they know they can't beat me, so they're not even trying.
Maybe we might have to take on Radio Mike.
Maybe I will, but I mean, maybe I'll just take on both Lewis and Luke at the same time.
Yeah, I reckon you could do that.
Because the thing is, if they were to fight me, right, in a 1v1, you usually have a 50-50 chance of winning. But you see, I'm a genetic freak. They got a 25% chance of winning if we were to go one-on-one. But if you put Lewis and Luke both into the ring, then those chances drastically go down. Because Luke knows that he can't beat me. Right. So all of a sudden, I got a 75% chance of winning, and they got a 12.5% chance of winning. And then you add my 50% if we were to go one-on-one, and all of a sudden, I've got 125% chance of winning.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Any shout-outs this week for you?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out, I think Scott Steiner, the wrestler who I just butchered his big just then. That was a WWE speech that I just stole, so I'll give him a shout-out. Also, I'll probably shout out all the battlers out there doing it tough in these hard times.
Awesome, thank you. And shout-outs from me, I'll give a shout-out to all the teachers out there who are back in the hard yard, doing the hard yard, looking after the kids.
I'll pass it on to my mum. I'm going to pick up my mum right now from work.
You'll have to tell your mum to listen to the podcast then.
Of course I will. Sorry, I won't tell her. I'll say, special message for you with the podcast, and you have to listen to the whole thing.
Now, are we going to run a competition this week?
Are we? Yeah, why not?
Yeah, but why can they win this week? Do we go back to the Macca's
send us
info?
mail us a pancake and we'll
No, send out your best pancake recipe
yeah, or best cake recipe.
or best cake recipe.
Yeah.
Comment on the page or inbox that. Also, remember to
send us a letter.
yeah, send out a letter, do whatever you like. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel below. Subscribe to
Click that little bell icon so you never miss a notification.
click subscribe on our iTunes channel or whatever podcast channel you're listening to. Find out on Spotify. Follow us on Instagram. Like us on Facebook. And I don't know, tweet about it on your Twitter account. We don't have a Twitter page yet, but you never know.
So just hashtag Forkman in the champ. We'll get one.
Yeah, we'll get one.
If you can get enough hashtags going, if we start trending, we'll make one.
We'll make it. Yeah, we'll make a Twitter account. That for that, and then we'll make a TikTok.
Yeah,
because I've been reading about a podcast making TikToks, and they're getting big numbers listening to them. So. You never know. We may be in for a TikTok soon.
Yeah. Why not? That's what
Anyway, champ, would love to chat all day. We could chat all day, but we
could, and we will after this.
Yeah, we will. Until next time, I've been Forkman.
I've also been Forkman.
No, he'd been the champ.
Ciao for now, not forever.
And remember to wash your hands.